days ago, my boyfriend and I went to the National Gun Show in Chantilly. And first of all, you know, there were a bunch of looks. Of course, there's a bunch of Trump support. There are all kinds of political people there. A lot of the different vendors were expressing their political views with their decor of their setups and stuff like that. So we're out there. I personally am a member of the USSC and the NRA. I am a gun owner. I believe in self-protection. Yeah. So I was there and I was getting some things and getting some accessories and making sure that I have what I need in case these people really try to act crazy. And we're leaving, and don't get me wrong, we didn't have any, initially, we didn't encounter anyone being just mean or negative or anything like that. But as we were leaving, I was so taken aback. In the nicest tone you could ever imagine. My boyfriend is a gentleman. He went to go hold the door for me the first time, and then he noticed that there were two older white women that were exiting the door behind me. So when he got to the next door, of course, he held the door for me and then held the door for them as well. And the lady looks at him with glaring bright eyes and she goes, "Oh, thank you, George."
Bitch, what?
So I look, George.
Are you fucking?
I looked at him. I turned around and I went, because immediately I said,
"We know who George is.
There got to be another person behind him named George. You got to know somebody." And I looked and he said, I said, "Did she just call you George?" And he said, "She said George, but I said, she called you George." And he was totally oblivious. He told her, I said, curious, George. She fucking called you a monkey.
No, now see,
she just called you a monkey.
What you thought what you got from George was George the monkey. Is that what I'm understanding? What you thought? In my opinion, what I immediately thought was Pullman George. Melissa, you know what I'm talking about? The Pullman George, right? Then they called him all George. I'm not sure how old this white lady was that said that, but immediately in my mind, because if you were on a train back in the day, I can't tell the year, more sewage, doing segregation. Pullman porters,
my great grandfather was a Pullman porter.
You know, exactly. So Pullman porters were the people that were on the trains, they're black men that tended to, they got your stuff, they said you, other. So when you said George, I'm like, George, bitch, like, because they never had names. They all were called George. The Pullman porters were all called George. Melissa, please correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm getting ready to pull it up because I feel like
so by that lady calling that man George, like, bitch, are you fucking?
So that's a part of history that I wasn't aware of.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us for our virtual taping of Salon Talk DMV. Make sure that you're following us and liking us at Salon Talk DMV on IG and Facebook. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel for full episodes of Salon Talk DMV. Thanks. See you guys later.
So that's a part of history that I wasn't aware of. I wasn't familiar with. When I heard George, I thought immediately
about George the Monkey. Like George the Younger.
I thought about Curious George because, I'm looking at him and he's getting the door for her. And my baby got some cute little ears or whatever the case is. And I went, I know that. So anyway, I was like, is she, but I didn't even think about the reference to the train porters. Like, either way, she had no social contact with him. She never asked his name. She just assumed his name was George. So maybe we just pull up all the George references for white people. over time. No, hold on. Are we currently calling white women her age Karen? Yes, we are. Karen called my boyfriend George.
Let me tell you something.
Let
me break into this one real quick, and I'm gonna say this for 10 seconds. This is where we come into this part of where we are in society, where everybody is super fucking on 100. There's no more, oh, they said that they ain't need nothing by this and that. We're all very hypersensitive to comments of any kind of nature. And I'm still, constantly on a daily basis, my husband's watching stuff and I be like, I'm with the shit. Hello, I'm here. I'm Black, all this shit. And I'm aware of it. But I do have to understand that sometimes, it's not given what you're making it out to be. Not for every single thing. But that's where we are now. Be it Black, white, Chinese, Hispanic, everybody is on fucking pins and needles. So I can say, oh, bitch, you look good. Hold up, bitch. What do you mean, bitch? And we mean like a Black bitch, a white bitch? I mean, it's just we're all very we're hyper not intuitive.
Hypersensitive.
Thank you. We're very hypersensitive. But there's a time and place for the hypersensitivity too, and it's very hard to try to filter out what's being hypersensitive and what's not. Because for Black people in general, our whole lives are fucking hypersensitive. You know what I'm saying? And now we feel like we have the voice, like it happening in, in the 50s, the 60s or whatever, when the Black Power movement, the Black Panthers came around. We felt like, oh, now we got a voice, and we weren't even trying to have a voice to be fucking people up. We were just like, look, again, we just want to be in our own shit. We trying to feed our people. We trying to do this part, this, that, and other. But it got to a point where, of course, any type of Black strength became a problem. Because now
let me tell you, I feel like this wouldn't have been a thing. Part of us, the part of this was they're walking out. I don't know if they were exhibitors or if they were patrons, but we're walking out. We have 4 bags, couple boxes, both hands full like this, and they're kind of giving us the once over anyway. And then he does something nice, and she goes, "Thank you, George." It was a joke, but there was conversation, because by the time it registered to me what was said, and I went to go turn around, there was banter between the two of them and cackling, and it made me want to go, because I could see I am licensed to conceal carry. It made me really, really, really feel some kind of way, because I'm like, this is
it's the same thing that happens on both sides, though. It's the same thing that happens on both sides.
It should. I'm about to share this portion right here so that we can y'all see the screen?
Yeah, Pullman Porter.
Yes.
Right, exactly. So in particular, right here, as it said, George Pullman was the creator of the service that set all of this up. But as you were just talking about, I was scrolling down to the part where it said within the legacy that they would literally, and I think I think I missed it, but where they called it, here it is.
I saw it.
Yeah. Many passengers called Porter's boy or George after George Pullman, regardless of their real name. And this was an uncomfortable throwback to slavery, where the slaves were named after their owners. In 2020, to have a woman who received a kindness,
50s to 60s.
Right, now we are wrong if I decided that I wanted to meet your comments with aggression or violence because you feel like all you did was say some aggressive shit out your mouth. And there are 2 different operating sets of rules for Black people and white people. In the Black world, what you say out your mouth will get your ass fucked up, period, point blank. And that's because we were brutalized by them. So the idea to me that, as in I'm gonna stop sharing, the idea that she would be comfortable enough, and I'm like, have y'all not seen enough of these videos with these damn Karens getting mollywopped for feeling comfortable in their spaces talking about, ooh, I said nigger or I said this? Look, you are fusing these 2 cultures. You can hem and haw and say all you want over on your side, and it'll be cool. We have been downtrodden for too long, and you all, and America and Western context keeps trying to put the fact that we are the aggressive people out as the narrative, when we were taken by force, brought here by force, our brains were shaped by force. We have had marginal rights put up by force and violence.
Hey everybody, it's Melissa from 8th House Wisdom. We are so glad to be back taping our new quarantine episodes of Salon Talk DMV. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Salon Talk DMV and subscribe